Okay. Hi, it's MissNikkiAnn. Was just thinking about mob mentality. Even when you don't believe that you are part of the mob mentality, as women, probably just as human beings, but I'm just going to kind of direct it at women. We can easily try to take someone's public life and try to pull that off as their 100% complete self, and it's not. And then we try to minimalize who they are physically, or tune in too closely to their egos, because we all have them. It's how the human body was built. And I think in order for us to regain, because I do believe we had a lot of it at some point on planet Earth, to regain our position, our important position, and the recognition of that position in a world dominated by men, we have to first accept ourselves and accept each other. Even the imperfections, and say, and to have healthier discussions about egos and perception and mob mentality, and admit our part and our own pain, and not lift people up on a pedestal, but also not to stomp their name and image into the mud when we do not live in their body and we do not know 100% the details of their lives. And even if they've written an autobiographical piece, or it still doesn't present enough of the information, and to try to be photojournalist, especially in a time of video age, to just present the images and the pictures and as they are, without touching them up, and without, there's a place for opinion, but there's also a place where you say, I'm just going to present the information that I've researched to my public space. And unless you consider yourself a gossip, and I think the problem is that a lot of us don't, but we don't realize that we're being a gossip and not journalists, storytellers, presenters of honesty and the fullest picture that we can possibly get from all angles. Researchers, 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 researchers. I keep saying that because your research is not to click on celebrity.com or something, I don't know, it's a real site, and take that photo and take the mob mentality and put it on your blog and write it out, ride that wave. It's not a journalist. Again, I'm speaking of those who enjoy writing, and not just creative writing, enjoy presenting news material and deciding what's newsworthy and what's not, and really fine-tuning how you present that information that you have hopefully researched. And I don't mean research for a day. We need to get back to researching. As as women, journalists, bloggers, vloggers, it's okay. We can slow down. Just because the medium is moving really fast doesn't mean that we have to. And that's making a decision for ourselves as women to say, we produce children. We would never take 50 seconds out of our child's lives that was happened when we took a Christmas photo and then try to pass that off as their entire personality or their entire life, because as moms, we know them. So do the same for the people you're following, researching. You only get a glimpse, and don't over exaggerate that glimpse, and also dig further to find out more about the moment surrounding that one glimpse. Just think about a JFK and his family, and how so many of us at the time came from so many different perspectives to create a picture that in the end is still not complete. But we have a better understanding of Jackie Kennedy and that life, because for years we have researched it, and for years we continue to add to that picture, add that information. I mean, if you're digging for real research on that family, I don't mean some piece of propaganda, but if you are able to be coming to contact with someone who's interviewed them in the past, or researched it in the past, and you bring something new to the table for it, and your judgment call is not A or B. Your calling is just to tell the story. We need people to tell stories again, not creative stories. That's a totally different thing. But I see blogs and vlogs where, especially people who blog as just personalities, that's different. Okay, that's not journalists, but their opinion is passed off as like it's been researched or something. And it hasn't. And to draw the line and to bring integrity back to women writers and researchers. And to be a writer that's not a creative writer, and even sometimes with that, like if I'm writing a book and there are certain nuances around it, I need to research those things to be clear that I'm actually presenting the story in a proper light based on reality. I'm concerned when we say, and it's okay to express your feelings, I'm so tired of seeing a person, or there's an argument going on a site, and it's being taken in the thoughts on are in a heated moment based on your pain, and you're quick to press that comment button. As writers, women writers, let's slow down. Or remove the comment button. Remove the comment button and place your email address there. The people who are really, really interested and really have something to offer and will stand by their words are the people who will write you a nice lengthy letter explaining what they've learned in their research, not the person who's just, we all have pain, and if you listen to any one person's pain, you might think from that pain that they're racist or that they're ... and it could not be true. Pain doesn't make you, again, I'll go with racist, a racist. It could look that way. And that's why you have to do the research and kind of force your viewers to think. Disable the comments, present the information. Try your hardest to keep your views about it in the background. Just present it and move on, and make sure that you've researched it to the best of your ability and that you can give a really good picture. Take time with it, depending on how you write or how you speak and present your information. Take time, outline. This way you can kind of even see what's missing. Let's go back to researched writing. It's okay to not produce material every day. If you're doing that, then I'm concerned that you haven't done enough research and you haven't removed your personal feelings from it, unless that is what you do. If you are a gossip blogger, vlogger, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a place for everything. It's just trying to pass off gossip as researched material. As a journalist, try not to have feelings. You see Beyonce pop up on the screen 50 million times in one day. Why are you on those sites trying to write about a celebrity in a manner that really brings and sheds some light? That's why the poor thing had to go and do it herself. Like, here's the pictures, here's the video. Now, what do you think of me? What do you make of me? When the celebrity has to do that for themselves, because all you do all day is gossip about them and not present anything concrete and researched, it's sad. That's what we've become. The celebrity having to be their own journalist. And that's scary. Because then, they're living the life. So that's a tainted view, unless they are truly just presenting the pictures of their lives. And, and I think that's when I think of a Beyonce, I think that was part of the goal. Some truth. Tell the story. Or, yes, become a gossip column writer. And there's nothing wrong with that. We need all sorts of writers, and life has so many different flavors. Just cautioning those who don't see themselves as gossip writers, but ultimately that's what they're doing. Research. And I know I'm on here usually for dysautonomia, but that's not my site. Originally started as just MissNikkiAnn, and I was going to tie it into my blog. So I've been blogging for a long time, 2005. And so I've accumulated a lot of information there, MissNikkiAnn.blogspot.com. And then after I started with the blog, then I got sicker, should I say. And I started to use my YouTube as a way to meet people in similar health situations and so forth, and get the word out there, which is perfectly fine. But I think I also need to rewind and bring it back to the point of news making and research and so forth and so on. That's it. Because I am a woman suffering with some chronic illness, and my brain is going blank, so I'm going to let you guys go. And for all of you writers out there, I challenge you to do more research and to take your time with it, to not feel as if you have to write about it today. You can write about it next year. Write about it when you have what you need so that you can develop the piece. Or even if it's, video, have enough content to paint a picture that would be neutral. Okay, 14 minutes in. That's it. MissNikkiAnn. Oh, be good, be patient, and be in the moment. And that patience thing is really a good one. And that being good thing could really help. Yeah, those two, very important. For me.